Oh, what is good?
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock here in South Africa. Yeah, no, I'm seriously blessed right now to be a part of all of this. How are you right now?
I am fantastic, actually. I am super grateful that you decided to do this with me, you know?
Nah, honestly, I couldn't say no. I couldn't say no. I really couldn't say no. This is a massive opportunity to provide value to an audience that does not know me. So that's what I see it as, an opportunity to provide value. Just an insane amount of gems without a right hook. Without a right hook.
All right.
Yeah.
So, first let's start off with a little bit about, yourself.
hmm Okay, so my name is Liam Jacobs, and I'm all the way from South Africa. And yeah, I'm still a high school student. I'm writing finals at the moment. I do have a history of being online, and I do have a history of going viral on certain platforms, and then just a serious perfection paralysis kicked in. And yeah, I then picked up TikTok, yeah, like a month ago, and I started doing content. I started doing good content, and I started pouring myself into the content, and here we are today.
So, why did you choose TikTok out of all the platforms? Because you said you had a history of being viral. So, tell us a little bit about your history of being viral, and then we'll move on.
Okay, so I was first on YouTube like 2017, 2018, and over there I made a piece of content that went, I don't know how, but it went really viral really quickly. It was the Malema challenge. Now, Julius Malema is this politician in South Africa, and they were basically doing memes about him over on Twitter, and I reacted to the memes, and that just blew up. But then I got perfection paralysis, and it just,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, and now that I'm 18, I'm over that completely. I've reached the point where I realize that perfection isn't necessary at all. It's about providing the value.
Right.
That's all
Mm-hmm.
it's about. Because if you try and perfect something, you're not gonna create anything. You know.
That's correct.
So yeah.
Perfectionism is the killer of execution.
Oh
Shout
yes,
out,
man.
shout out the
Honestly.
homie Gary V.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you, he'll be hearing this from us one of these days. I promise you
Oh
that.
yeah, guaranteed.
um, yeah. But we just keep on the push. We keep on the grind. So you asked why TikTok?
Right. Yep.
Simple. Gary V.
Uh huh. Of
He said
course.
go all in on TikTok. But there was something special about TikTok, right? Because it reminded me so much of Vine, and Vine is from my childhood. I was 13
Yeah.
when Vine came out,
It's the
right?
OG.
And we found it in South Africa.
Uh
Yeah.
huh.
And we found it here, and my friend and I were like, "This is so freaking cool. Let's try it." But we couldn't because we like had Blackberries at the time. I don't know if you know, but like
Of
you
course.
can't
Yeah.
buy it on a Blackberry. So years passed. Okay, I kept on watching Vine 2 years, 3 years until it like dissipated, until it died down, and then
R.I.P.
TikTok came around, and it's so similar to Vine that I knew how to make content. I knew what the build was when making content,
Mm-hmm.
and Vine just helped TikTok so much, my TikTok experience so much, that I'm able to do the content I'm doing right now, you know? So yeah, TikTok, simply because it's so much like Vine. It's so much like something I grew up with. So yeah, that's why.
Okay. And so, what were your kind of like strategies? Because I remember when we first met, and for a little background story here, we met on Twitter. I started
Yeah.
Twitter as like a kind of like a experiment type thing because I had an account that was pretty big and it's kind of similar to you. I
Yeah.
kind of knew where the attention was, and I had started a Twitter account before. It used to be sport related because I was big into sports, and so I grew that to
Okay.
like 150,000 followers. And so I was like, well, I don't want to do
Whoa.
this anymore. So I changed it to
Uh-huh.
what I was going to do with this boxed up entrepreneur thing. Just to see,
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
play around, just to see what it would be like. And we met on there, and you were one of the first
yeah.
people that kind of interacted with my content. We interacted with one another. And
Yeah.
I remember you mentioning TikTok, and I remember you had said that you were like 2 weeks in, and you had God knows how many thousand followers.
Yeah. Look, what happened was I had about, I think, 500 followers at the time.
Mm,
And I made this one piece of content that just blew up. It's on 300,000 views right now.
wow.
And I told I was like, you interacted with something I said about TikTok, and
Mm-hmm.
then we started talking from there. And now you on TikTok, I'm on TikTok. We're both doing well on this app. And
Yeah.
it's really, really crazy that we basically using the same strategy, which is creativity, authenticity, and consistency. That is all we are doing. We're providing value in all three of these places. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Being ourselves, adding a creative twist to everything, and providing so much freaking value on a consistent basis. That's what we're doing right
That's
now.
exactly what it is,
You know?
man. And so, how do you like know what kind of subject to touch on? Because your videos can go from like one thing to another. Like my videos are very focused on entrepreneurship as a whole, but your videos kind of go from one thing to another, but they all seem to perform really well. So what is kind of like your strategy behind what you're gonna attack in that video?
Look, I've got a target demographic age actually, because most of my viewers I feel are people in high school and people younger than 21. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we kind of gravitate and relate towards the same thing. So I know that when I post a piece of content that I'm feeling like I know someone else is feeling like this. I'm feeling like this. So I feel like this is gonna pop, and it eventually does. It usually does because people of similar age groups usually, how can I say, what they'll do is they'll like the same stuff. It's
Right.
weird, but it's how people are.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's a form of relating to one another.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's basically how I get it. I pick up that people are going this way, and I ask myself why they are going this way, and I just jump on that. I jump on that immediately. You know, it's not that I'm trend hopping, not at all, because a lot of people can trend hop but not provide value. Just trend hop for the sake of trend hopping. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it there.
Okay. And so, what is kind of like, what are you hoping to get out of this? What, you started TikTok, so say TikTok dies in a year or two. So what's the next plan? What's the next move? What is the next step?
You see, I don't know. You probably heard Gary Vee say this one as well, but TikTok dies, the name stays.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my end goal is to become president of South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for a fact that 10 years from now, if I am to run, I've got a bunch of 9-year-olds that were once my fans
There you go.
who are now 19 who are able to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know. I grow this account to 1 million followers, okay? That means that I've got 1 million votes, which equates, wait for this, to 20 seats in South African parliament.
Okay. And so how does that kind of work in South Africa? Because it's very different here in America.
Yes, I like your way more, to be honest. We've got, really, no, where you've got like the states have more autonomy like that. You've got that in America, right? And you've got the electoral college as well.
Mm-hmm.
We've just got a straight majority wins voting system over here. Yeah. But like, TikTok dies in a year, I'm gonna be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be somewhere else, and the people who know real Liam Jacobs will go to the next site.
Right. Of course. Yeah. And so, do you have like an idea of what's the next site, or are you like planning anything?
Not
or
at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I don't have any idea. I know that I'm going to branch out into Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as soon as I'm finished with exams. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to start branching out.
Okay. And in our messages, you mentioned that some people were already giving you a specific nickname. Do you remember what that was?
The nickname?
Yeah.
Shoot. Colored King badge.
There you go.
Yeah. Colored is not racist in South Africa.
Right. Let's just make that very clear.
It's actually, yeah. Just let me throw the free speech there. But yeah, Colored King badge. It's because like in the matric community, the people who are in finals in South Africa, a lot of them know me, and it's really surprising that friends of mine from all over the country,
right,
are actually like coming back to me and saying, "Yo, we are seeing your content 500 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers from where I am sitting," and it's just bonkers to me.
So you've had people come full circle, people that you've known in real life, find your content on TikTok.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like people will be in my comments like, "Liam, do you remember me? Liam, we met at Rustenburg. This and this and this," and I'm like, "Yeah, I do remember you. This is weird. Why are you second that I click, the attention is moving. The attention is moving. The attention is moving. And I see more and more people coming and coming and coming. And I'm realizing that I've got to push out way more content, because that means that the organic reach is about to dip.
Exactly. Yep.
You know.
So how
I don't know
many?
if you noticed, Bobby,
How many pieces of content are you putting out a day right now?
between 2 and 4.
2 and 4. Okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you, after exams, this is going up to 5.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. Yep.
I've got over 90 ideas that I can do. So every time something hits me, I'm gonna do it, because I'm not gonna sit here and worry about what someone else is gonna think about it.
Right.
I'm just gonna execute, because the fact that it's in my head means absolutely nothing. I have to put it out there, see the response it gets, and then execute.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's funny because I actually made a piece of content on that today too. I made a content of like
perfectionism.
Exactly, but I also mentioned how when you first start off, right, people always complain that they don't have the equipment or that they don't have the right tools to do that. And you're a prime example of that. You know, how old are you, did you say?
I'm 18.
You're 18 years old, and you're doing this just off your phone, right?
Off my iPad and my phone.
Exactly. And so it goes to show you that, I mean, everyone has a phone. I don't think there's a lot of people that don't have a phone. So it just goes to show you that really all you need is your phone and just a little bit of creativity. And, I mean, it's going to go a long way. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know, everyone has the ability to be creative. I believe that. We just showcase our creativity in different ways. So, yes, I mean, there's someone probably listening to this who, I'm looking around my room for something, who knows something about boxes that I don't. Do you know how creative you can be with that box? Me and you can't think about it now, but that person's like, a box.
Right.
They can be boxed up.
It's about following your passion, you know. It's about following what you like, despite like what anybody else thinks. Like you said, a box. You know, when you think of a box, you're like, well, it's just a box. But that box could be so much more to someone else, and then that could be their way to kind of getting to wherever they want.
Yeah. You got like as soon as I heard one life, you got one at bat. I clicked that I'm gonna die. So I'm just going to push. I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to keep on pushing what I like.
Right.
What I want to do.
Exactly.
What makes my heart beat, you know? So this right now, providing value, making video content. I freaking love video content.
Yep, same.
And audio content. The more I push that, the more I'm making myself happy. Because this is something that's making me happy. And too many people, I've seen my age especially, find other ways of making themselves happy. And it's detrimental. It takes people down.
Happy. Oh yeah, happy.
It's temporary. It's joy versus happiness, but that's a completely different topic.
Yeah. So what do you do outside of TikTok? Do you have a job? I mean, I know you're going to school right now.
No. TikTok's the only thing that I'm doing right now. Apart from school, I'm going to university next year. Which means more free time.
That's what it means, yeah.
So, it's... I do nothing else. It's just this. It's me focusing on this. And the more I'm saying this, the more I realize, Liam, you can post so much freaking more.
Yeah, right. But hey, I mean, props to you. 4 times a day, I mean... And like you said, when you find something that you're passionate about, it's not even work. It almost comes easy. And that's what it seems like it's doing to you. Exactly.
Definitely, yeah. And to you as well.
Thank you.
To you. I can see you've got this urge to tell your story in an unapologetic way. And like we always say, providing value while telling that story.
Right.
There's no selfish motive behind it. It's just you telling it and hoping that someone else is going to catch something out of this. You know?
Exactly. That's all I want. Because, see, the way that I look at it, right, is most people can spend their time looking, doing other things that are not as productive, right? And so what I did was I am obsessed with success. I'm obsessed with
Oh yes.
what makes people work. And so that's why I decided to start this series, because I see you as someone who's working on TikTok and someone who's doing obviously the right thing, because the followers just show it, you know, the views just show it. And so I want to collectively get just as much information as I can. You know, I study people like Gary Vee. I don't know if you know who Tony Robbins is.
Oh yes, I do. Tony Robbins.
Exactly, him. Yep. Grant Cardone. All these people.
Yeah.
I've dug so deep into them. I know every little aspect of them. And I've come to realize that all successful people have just certain things in common. They might do them a little bit differently, but the overall scheme of everything just seems to be the same. And obviously you, with your story, execution. Just doing it. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. It's execution. It's doing. It's saying that you're gonna do something and actually doing it, and not allowing it to stay right here.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. And I see that with you. And so that's why I wanted to start this series, because, like you said, TikTok has all of the attention right now. And if we can provide to people the keys to grow on TikTok, and, you know, the cheats and all that to how to get big on TikTok, then, you know what I mean? Why not?
I won't say there's a cheat. I won't say there's a cheat at all. It's simple. It's be you. The followers will come. The followers will come.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, provide value. The followers are coming. That's all it is. There's no super cheat code that you're gonna find real quick. No,
right? Yeah.
Provide value. They are coming.
And that in of itself, that is the secret. That is, you know, that is what it is. It's just being yourself.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to it.
What if this was the secret formula of the Krabby Patty?
Just be. I mean, that's what made SpongeBob so successful. You know, he loved his job. That's what it was. That was the key.
Yo, that's so true. Whoa.
See, even the cartoons, man. I'm telling you, SpongeBob, one of the most successful cartoons of all time. I'm telling you, man. That's what it is. We figured it out.
Yeah. Yo, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. So, I just feel like it's my responsibility to show people what it is that I've learned, you know, and I believe that everyone has the ability to be successful if they just have the right guidance and the right tools, the right support system, and really that's what I want to provide. I want everybody to kind of live the life that that they want, you know, because no one wants to be miserable, and like you said, a lot of people find temporary happiness. You know, and so I just think it's all superficial. I think there's more to it, and you know, there's small little steps that you can take to kind of help you go in the right direction. It's not gonna happen overnight. You know, it takes a while. It takes a long time of practicing and experimenting. You know, and
you know, I've learned so much from the platforms that I've used that. Each time I've learned something from one platform, I've channeled it onto another platform and channeled it onto another platform. You know, I learned how to, like I'm saying, I learned how to do these videos from Vine. I learned how to articulate what I want to say from YouTube. So yeah, there's something you learn out of everything on the internet.
Yeah, and so. When you first started, what was your first video that you ever posted on TikTok? Do you know off the top of your head how many views you got?
Right now it's on 10,000, but initially I had 300. It was basically, I don't know. Do you know WWE?
Of course. What was that?
You know Roman Reigns?
Yeah, Roman.
Okay, so it was this video of Katy Perry Raw. But it was like, instead of like the Raw, it was like rare. And then I was like, Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 60 be like, and I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me rare. I got like back issues from it. That was my first video on TikTok. Jeez. Yeah, it's crazy. One piece of content. I am telling you.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
How many followers are you at right now?
12,100, I think.
Wow, 12,100. What is like the average growth that you see like day by day?
I'll usually get, I think, 100 a day.
100 a day. Wow.
Yeah, it's a person can look at those numbers and think 100 a day, and I've got 12,000. That means nothing to me. That means the world.
Everything. Yep.
That's 100. That is 100 individuals. It's not numbers. It's individuals. I've got 12,100 individuals that said, I'm gonna give this guy a chance. I'm gonna follow him. That's the perspective that I have. I don't see it as 12,100 accounts, 12,100 followers. It's 12,100
Individual peoples. Yep. That made the specific decision to follow you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get so caught up in the numbers, but I keep that this is 12,000 people. 12,000 whole people. This is more than some towns' populations.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, it's that perspective that keeps me grounded, keeps me humble, keeps me grateful.
Something that kind of shocked me was the other day. I don't remember what I posted, and someone commented on my post. And so I think it's very important to interact. If people take the time out of their day to leave a comment on your post, then I feel like it's right to appreciate. It might be just an emoji, it might be one word, it might whatever it is. Just show them that you're there.
Yes.
And
let me give some.
Go ahead.
Advice with the emojis. I always thought, what the hell do I respond to emojis with? It's simple. You reply back with
emojis. Yeah, that's what I've learned. Yeah.
It's still showing the person that you care enough. So in the comments, it's basically showing that you care about the people saying stuff. You care about people taking time out of their days. You're just showing that you are there and that you are not this person who is outside of the situation. You're actually someone who is there.
Right.
A real person.
Absolutely. And I see a lot of these big accounts. Not even that big. I see accounts, 5,000-6,000 followers. And I'll be scrolling through and I look at their comments and they have 8 comments and not a single reply. And I'm just like, what do you think? You're too good? You think you're too famous already because of it, or what?
Exactly. You are not. The minute you get fancy, I've seen this too many times in football, especially soccer.
Yeah. Make that very clear. Yeah.
You'll see African teams win the World Cup in under 17, under 19, under 21 stages. But as soon as they get older, as soon as they're adults, they get knocked out in the group stages. Why is that? They got fancy.
Yep. They overthink it. They think they're better than they actually are.
The minute you think that is the minute you're going to lose. The minute you get fancy is the minute you are, woo!
Yep, yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
I think one of the craziest moments for me for TikTok, back to the original story. So I had posted a piece of content and this was, right now I'm at 2.5 thousand followers. And this was a while back. This was when I had maybe 1.7. And so someone left a comment on one of my posts and I replied. And they replied with, "Wow, I didn't think someone famous was going to respond." And when they used the word famous to describe me, I was shocked. I was like, "Whoa, someone just referred to me as famous. That is mind-blowing to me."
Yeah, it's when I get that as well. The whole you responded. You of all people responded. I'm like, there are so many more people. I've got way more followers than me, and they also reply, but they go on as if I'm this entity. I'm not. I'm a human being.
I am just like you.
I'm looking at your comment, and I'm so happy that I'm seeing this. People in my school, I was head boy, which is president of the student council.
That does not surprise me one bit.
Thank you. But there's people that are like, "Yo, you TikTok famous?" I'm like, dude, I'm not even starting.
Yeah, you just wait.
Give me a second. I'm coming back. But when people come to me and say that, I'm humbled because there's a lot of people trying this and they don't get it right. And to those people, I just say, keep pushing.
Keep pushing.
One content.
Yep.
One piece of content, my guy.
It was interesting for me because for better or worse, and it's definitely for worse, I tend to compare myself a lot to like the bigger accounts. And like for you, right? You say you got 300 views on your first one, and that happens when no one knows who you are. Once you start gaining that exposure, obviously your original videos are going to grow. And so people tend to look at the original videos in the first couple of videos, and they see that you have 10,000, 13,000, whatever the case may be. And then they post, they only get 300 views, and they're like, oh, well, this app is not for me. My content is trash, so on and so forth. And for me, it was interesting because for me, it took a while. So my first 2 pieces of content got 1,000 views each, a little bit over. And I was like, all right, cool, that's awesome. And then I kept posting because I got excited off of that reaction. And then they stalled. They got 200, 300. A good one for me was 500. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until like it was probably my 26th, 27th video where that one blew up, and now sitting at 70,000 views. But it just goes to show, like, you just have to keep going no matter what that initial.
Was it the Chanel one?
For me?
Yeah, was it the my guy pretty like a girl? That one where you like.
No, that wasn't me. No.
Video game character one.
No, that was the entrepreneur one. That was actually my second video that blew up.
Yeah, that one boomed as well. I saw that. The song's name is Chanel by Frank Ocean.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I looked at that. I was like, dude. But the great thing is that when you're viral, you don't just explode. You don't just grow. You gotta keep pushing.
You have to, yeah. And it's like Gary Vee says, and I didn't believe it until it happened. Like you'll get that one piece of content that just blows up, and you're like, all right, cool, I've made it. All my next videos guaranteed to make it. So you get that one piece of content that has 30,000 views, and then you post literally 2 hours later, and then that one stalls out at like 500 views, and you're just like, what the heck happened to all my clout?
Exactly. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep creating. You know, my are stalling right now. But I see that more as a sign that, okay, I've just got to click what's next. I've just got to click and understand what's next, you know, while still pushing. Still pushing how can I say, still pushing what I want to push. The content type that I want to push. Still pushing myself in the content.
It's all about,
Not losing myself in the name of a trend. No, never. Putting your own personal twist on the trend, hell yes.
Exactly, yeah. And so one of the things that I found kind of helpful for me is taking these trends, and this is happening a lot on TikTok right now. I'm realizing there's a lot of how can I say this nicely, suspicious content right now, you know, especially with the female population. It seems like the female population has figured out how to push themselves to the For You page, you know, by doing certain things or showing certain things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so something that I kind of hold dear to me is like not playing to that, not allowing myself to stoop to that level, taking these trends that are going on right now, and like you said, turning them into yourself. Like for me, that's entrepreneurship, that's business, wholesome content, twisting that trend into something that's going to be beneficial, something that provides value, and then putting it out there.
Yes. I don't know if you know the Like a South African video that I done exactly a month ago. It's the one that blew up, the one that got 300,000 views. And it's basically me taking a trend of like a South African, doing things like a South African, and taking words that we say differently, putting it into a video in a way that I would say it and not in a way that someone else would say it.
Right.
That's providing value in a trend. So it's putting your own twist on things, and that's the beauty of humanity.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
Yeah.
So, well, go ahead.
No, you were saying?
So, yeah. I just want to thank you so much for sitting down with me, taking a time out of your day, and doing this for me. You're the first person that I've gotten to sit down with me. Hopefully, this is the start of something bigger, you know?
I'm guaranteeing you that the next time we do this, the next time we do a podcast, I will probably be on my way to America.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah. You're welcome here anytime.
Thank you.
So
So
thank you
yeah.
very much for this.
Hmm.
I will let you know when this when I edit all this and kind of get it going. I'll definitely
Okay.
promote it on my page,
Thank you. Thank you. I'll
on my
promote it on
TikTok
mine as
page.
well.
Yep. And then I'll slide in the DMs, keep in contact.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Like I
so
told you,
much.
I'll be there every step of the way, supporting you.
Thank you so much.
You're one of the first
Thank
people that kind of interacted with me. So
dude, it means the world just to this is why I like the internet so much. The interaction side of things is the
oh yeah.
best part ever. Yes. It's the globalization is such a beautiful thing where I'm able to speak to you out of 7 billion people.
Mhm.
I'm
Me,
here
yeah.
speaking to you. It's mad and it's super crazy. I think I should just drop my socials as well.
Yeah, go ahead. Of course.
Um, Real Liam Jacobs over on Twitter and TikTok. It's no spaces, just RealLiamJacobs. You'll find me on Instagram quite soon. And yeah, I'll be live at 5 every day
I saw that. I saw
from
that you were gonna start doing
Thursday.
that.
Yeah, Thursday. That's GMT plus 2, by the way.
Of
Don't
course, yeah.
let
I
that
mean,
be
there's
fun.
different time zones here. There's different days.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
can
yeah.
get kind of confusing. Yeah.
So yeah, that's been. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much to you for giving me the opportunity to speak with your followers, not to your followers.
Right. Of course.
That's that's kind of weird to say, but it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll definitely catch you later, and we'll have to do this
Yeah,
again for sure.
definitely.
All
Thank you
right,
so
Liam.
much.
Take it easy.